Welcome back to Bayou Time. Phone lines are open, 879-1231, 879-1231 if you'd like to get involved. We do have one phone line that's open if you'd like to call in. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time. Thank you for holding.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have I guess a suggestion I could make.
Okay.
I know large corporations are outsourcing. They bring in a lot of jobs overseas, and then people complain about the the South American people or the Mexicans or whatnot come and take our jobs. See, I work in the oil field myself.
Okay.
And I've been working for 20 years in the oil field, and I've seen the dramatic change in the last 10 years just in Houma alone. I could imagine Texas or, California.
And what kind of change are you seeing?
It's more, it's like more, I'm going to say imports, the companies. It's not really cheaper labor. They're getting paid the same amount I'm getting paid.
Okay.
So it's not the fact that these companies are hiring cheap labor. Not around this area, in the oil field anyway. What it is, Americans need to start working. I see a lot of young Americans, black, white, it doesn't matter what color you are. Come work where we work at. I'm not going to name any places. Lazy.
Yeah. I would agree with you. That makes you make an excellent point.
That has become the biggest problem for our society.
Yep.
They're spoiled. Not everybody, not all the children, majority of them. It's not like it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, where a guy come into work, ready to work. Now he's ready to sit down. He works an hour. He wants to take a break, or whatnot. But it's the immigrants are not to blame. The legal ones, hey, they get green cards, visas, they come across the border, they work, they're legal. Now, I'm not talking about the illegals, I'm just talking about the ones that's legal.
Okay.
But American youth have to get on the ball. They have to. If not, they're not going to have any jobs. They're not going to be properly trained. If you go to a hospital in New Orleans, observe it, okay? Doctors, for LSU, you might have one black or white doctor in the elevator, the head doctor, and you'll have 3 Indian or Middle Eastern descents they're teaching. What that sends a message to America. We can't blame them. They want a better life. It's our children that needs to get on the ball. Mm-hmm. They need to step it up.
So who's to blame for that? Do you think that's the parents not instilling the responsibility and that work ethic into their children in our area?
Ooh, I don't know. I mean,
because what astounds me is whether you look at crime. You come to the courthouse on any misdemeanor or felony week, and the amount of people who are committing crimes that just don't have jobs. They don't intend to have a job, and they don't have jobs. It's astounding, and you really don't see it until you kind of there, or you could just ride in a vehicle during your lunch hour anywhere, and the amount of people that just lauder on the street wherever you go is astounding, and you wonder. And I know right now you have a lot of kids that are out of school, but you can tell by looking at some people that they may be of age to where they could have a summer job, and it oftentimes looked like nobody has the intention to go get a summer job or anything like that.
Another thing also, it's not only the Middle Eastern descent and the South American descent people taking Louisiana oil field jobs. They have an electrician company subcontracted for us. Get this, I talked to some of the guys because they have accents. They're from North Carolina, South Dakota, Oregon, Washington. They have no work. What do? They come down here for work.
Yeah.
So I talked to one guy. He took a vacation for 2 weeks. Don't know anybody in Houma. All he knew on the news that Houma had the 3rd lowest unemployment rate. He said he was going to take a chance to come get a job, and he got hired on the spot.
Wow.
He was an electrician. You know, that's not a good signal for us down here. We need to get on the ball.
You raise some excellent points, and I think a lot of those points and comments are shared by a lot of people. And I would invite people to call in to either echo those points or to challenge them if they disagree with it, because I think those are some good points. And we appreciate you calling in, giving us your experience.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, very well said. I want to make a couple announcements before I take the next caller. And we do have, actually all the lines are lit up now. Let's see, Trivia Night 2011. That's going to be Saturday, June the 25th. And this is going to be at the Warren J. Harang Jr. Municipal Auditorium in Thibodaux. The doors open at 5:30 on June 25th. It begins at 6:30 p.m. There'll be prizes, food, a cash bar, silent auction. Registration is $150 per team. The teams consist of 6 persons or less. You can register now, and you can call for more information Monique at 985-448-5852, or you can log into lmcdi.org/trivia. Okay, so that's Trivia Night coming up on June the 25th in Thibodaux. Let's take the next caller. Hello, welcome to Bayou Tom. Hello, you're on the air. May you turn your TV down, please?
Hello.
Yeah, can you turn your TV down? Go ahead, you're on the air live.
Yeah, I got it down.
All right, go ahead.
I was calling comment about that fellow a minute ago about the Mexicans, about Americans being lazy.
Okay.
I got my own experience. I went to several places, put job applications, and they had a Mexican right in front of me that just filled his application out, and he turned it in to the people. On the spot, they give him a sheet of paper, go take the physical, and give him my application. They ain't never called me back.
All right. Well, and did you just perceive this person to be a Mexican, or did you know it? Did he speak English? Do you know where he was from? Or
no, he was a Mexican.
All right. And let me ask how you knew that.
This here was back in 2010.
Okay.
And just like Barack Obama, the president, people love rating him, and ain't him. If they had any sense, they'd re-elect that man.
Okay. And let me ask you, did they let you apply for the job at all? Did they not even take your application?
I filled my application out.
All right.
Just behind him.
What kind of job was it?
It was for a welding job.
For a what?
Job welding.
Welding? Okay.
Yeah, I ain't going to say the company, but...
No, that's okay. Did you have any welding experience or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the only place you applied?
No.
Okay.
But I did find a job at another place.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good.
But I was just wanting to comment on that fellow about that. And the president, people want to low rate him. If they had any sense, they'd re-elect him. Because he's doing a good job, I think.
All right. So do you think that particular company, or are you claiming that they hired somebody who may have been an illegal immigrant based on what you perceive because they could get him at a cheaper rate?
Exactly. You took the word right out of my mouth.
Okay, that's what I was trying to find out, if that's where you were going with it. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
That was coming next. That's what it is, at a cheaper rate.
All right. Okay. All right, but you did subsequently get hired by another company.
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay.
But,
all right.
That's all I had to comment about. I just want to let that fellow know that called a while ago about Americans being lazy. It ain't that.
Well,
they got some of them that don't want to work. All they want to do is sell drugs.
I agree with you on that. Thank you for the call. You're right.
Thank you.
Not everybody is lazy, but there are a lot of people out there who choose to be lazy, and that's unfortunate. But not everybody is lazy. You're exactly correct. Let's take the next caller. Hello, welcome to Bayou Tom.
Hey there, Jason.
Yeah.
Martin never go and get pictures of the ditch on Vivian Street, my baggies?
I'm not sure. I know Mr. Foss is very busy, and he can only do so much.
Oh, all right. I was just calling to find out if he said he was going to go out there.
Okay.
And with the cigarette tax, I'm glad it didn't pass.
Well, he told somebody to go visit him in the hospital, and I know he did. So I know Martin tries to do as much as he can, but he gets a lot of requests, and he does, in addition to being a journalist and everything else. Remember, he has to run the station here on a daily basis.
You'll get to it in time.
Okay.
But with the cigarette tax, I'm glad it fell through there.
You glad it failed?
Yeah, because they went and passed it without us voting on it, so they know they can pass it and got a good chance of passing taxes up there in Baton Rouge without the people voting on taxes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you think they're going to try to pass a tax on something else?
Yeah, they're probably going to try the alcohol or the bread.
The bread, huh? Okay. Who knows? Well, that's the fear, right? If they start taxing this, that, and the other thing, what's next, okay?
That's it.
It's the old government intrusion, government keeping their thumb on you argument. But I see what you're saying. Let's hope they don't tax bread any more than what it already is. Thank you for the call.
A lot of American workers that they lazy. They just don't want to work when they're getting everything from mom and pop.
Well, and that's a good point as well.
Well, I go to work if they're paying all the car insurance and the car note,
Well, and maybe that's some of the blame as well. Too many people being coddled. I mean, just because you come from a family who was successful doesn't give you the right to be lazy. I agree with you there.
Right.
You still need to work hard and put the time in and make something of yourself, right?
That's it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Jason, you have a good night.
Okay, excellent point. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time.
Hello, Jason.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I was thinking about the Mexicans, and I was in Canada in 1968 when I got out of the Navy.
All right.
And I was working on ammunition ships. And in 1968, they had a West Coast longshoreman strike. And I went to Canada because in Vancouver, they were hiring people to work 24 hours a day so they could get produce and cars. The only places they could have unload anything was in Ensenada, Mexico, and Vancouver, Canada, plus up north in Alaska. Anyway, I went to Canada and tried to go to work because I had just came off an ammunition ship that was I was doing longshoreman's work more or less when I was in the Navy.
All right.
Anyway, they wouldn't hire me because you have to be a citizen of Canada for 6 months before you can get a social insurance card.
Okay.
It's like a Social Security card, only they call it a social insurance card.
All right.
So they don't have any problem with Mexicans trying to go to work up there because they can't live up there unless they're there for 6 months. You have to have residence in Canada for 6 months before you can even get a job.
Okay, so your experience was they wouldn't even give you you can get here like a work visa or anything like that. You couldn't even get that.
Yeah, well, they wanted to put me to work. Me and a friend of mine went up there, and both of us were, in the Navy, and we went up there because, like I say, they had a longshoreman strike in 1968 on the west coast of the United States.
Right.
And they wouldn't hire us, although they wanted to hire us, but they wouldn't hire us because we weren't a resident of Canada for at least 6 months.
So do you think that should be a policy we institute here in America?
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay, thank you for the call.
Because, Mexico, they have never fought in a war except the Alamo, the last war I think they fought in. They didn't fight in the First World War. They didn't fight in the Second World War. They didn't fight in Vietnam. They're getting all these pleasures of all this work from the United States from people, veterans who are trying to get work right now, and like that man said, they're being chosen ahead of them because they work for a cheaper amount of money.
All right. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it. Okay. We need to take a break. When we come back, Jason, we're going to take more phone calls? Yeah, well, we'll have time for some more calls. So we do have two lines actually open if you'd like to get involved. 879-1231. We'll take a short break, and we'll have one more segment of phone calls.